Kia ora ngā hoa mā. Welcome to today's video. It's a double header day, and what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be making poi. Poi is a fun kind of Māori craft, and I'll show you what poi are and explain a little bit about them in the video. So stick around and I'll see you there. So here we are with my construction materials. I've got some plain old pillow stuffing here. You can get this from most craft stores in New Zealand. Places like Spotlight would be good for that. Now I've got my piece of string ready. Now what I've done is, you can see here, I've already plaited it. This is just ordinary hemp craft string, and so I've plaited this already so we don't have to see that part. Hopefully you know how to plait. It's pretty easy. Find someone that does if you're not too sure how to do it. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to make a really large knot at one end, and that's going to be the end that I have inside my poi that holds the poi onto the string. Otherwise, obviously, the nice ball part will fly off and fly away. So that should be a big enough knot to secure my poi with. Now, it's pretty simple from here on out. Honestly, the plaiting of the string is really the hardest part. Now, I've got two plastic bags. Now, with two plastic bags, you should be able to make two sets of poi. So basically, I get my pillow stuffing and get it into a nice ball, and then stick it straight into the plastic bag. Now, I don't want to round it too much yet, and I want to have, I'm gripping it so I've got like an opening at the bottom, and I'm going to stick my knotted end of my string straight inside there. Okay, as far as I can get it. Ideally, I want to try and get it right into the middle. Squeeze as much of the air out of your poi as possible, and then give it a few twists. Okay, like that. Now, the only thing that you're going to need to secure everything with is your sellotape. So I'm going to get my tape. Just go straight around the bottom. Okay, just like that. Okay, it doesn't need to be anything flash. The next step is stick some newspaper over the top. Now I want a little bit smaller than that. And the newspaper kind of acts, not only does it add an extra layer and make your poi a bit heavier, so I'm just twisting it again there, by the way, it gives it a nice percussive sound when the poi whacks. It's more of a, it's hard to describe, it gives it a nice whack sound when you hit it against yourself or do a specific action that you had meant to do in poi dances. Let's get rid of that piece of newspaper. So then all you do is cover it in another plastic bag. One of the things I recommend, I just worked out that I had a kiwi fruit on there. One of the things I recommend is using coloured plastic bags, because they work really well. You saw in the intro video, the one that I made previously was yellow, so you can do that. Now, what I need to do now is I'm going to turn all my bags inside out to expose the string end, and I want to try and push as much of the loose bags down to the bottom as I possibly can. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to loosely tape the base of my poi there where the string actually meets the poi, and bunch everything in together. It's real, like I found that when I did this with the children, the kids don't get the concept that they need to do it really tight, so you might have to help with that, parents at home playing the home game. So do it nice and tight. You will add more layers. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to chop the leftover off and keep taping, and I'm just going to do it in a time lapse so you actually see what's going to happen. So a lot of what you saw in the video that we just did was real time, so you can see that it took me less than 5 minutes to make a poi, so they're super fun. The one that I made today is a long poi, so there's different versions. So there's a short poi which is roughly about that long, and then I made a long poi just for something different. But basically the actions are still the same. Okay. Now I probably need to add a bit more weight to this one. It doesn't feel quite heavy enough to me, but the process is still the same. And it's a really fun toy. There's lots of different action songs that go along with poi, and I'll try and link some in below. The ladies that take part in Wahaika competitions are just amazing when it comes to poi, especially things like long poi. And you'll kind of see where the connotation of nunchucks comes from. But yeah, I recommend doing this if you're into these kind of activities, because it's really fun. I mean, all the kids that make them, boys, girls alike, enjoy playing with the poi, and you'll see them walking around, spinning them around and things like that. So if you like this video, hit like. If you want to subscribe to the channel in general, subscribe. But for now, it's ka kite, and I'll see you next time on Mr. Ashley's Place.